Where do I even begin? I'd never been into mods for Risk of Rain 2, but on a whim I decided to see what was out there, and within 2 minutes I discovered the VR mod for this game, and immediately I knew I had to try it out. I've been interested in trying to make a VR video for a while, but never sat down to do it because I didn't want to deal with my Oculus and all that bullshit, but I pulled that boy out immediately to play this. Using the Thunderstorm mod manager, I got this running with literally no issues. I only played it for about 40 minutes across 3 different runs before I had to stop. But my first run, I decided to play Commando just for the sake of keeping it simple. And I gotta say, the UI is super simple. Just look at your arms at certain angles and you can find all the usual info you see when you play normally. Your health bar is always centered at the bottom, which is nice. One thing I immediately noticed was that when shooting my pistols, it shoots in whichever direction I'm aiming them. I realized saying that out loud how obvious that sounds, but what I mean is you can shoot 2 directions at once. It's awesome. It's like the Matrix or something. None of the movement felt too jarring for me, but I don't really get motion sick from VR anyway, so maybe that's just me. I had no issues doing the combat roll or anything. Anyway, my first run was short-lived, dying on the first boss. Maybe I shouldn't have taken that challenge on the mountain. My second run, I decided I should make the game a little easier, so I figured I'd play Artificer. And boy, is she fun in VR. I took Fireball, Ice Spear, and Ion Surge for this run. I hadn't played VR in months when I did this, but my brain was still trying to interact with things as if it were other regular VR shooters like Onward or Pavlov, where you use the grip button to grab things. Yeah, not in this game. If you want to grab something or interact with something, whether it's a portal, an item chest, or a shop or whatever, you press the A button. You know what the right grip button does? This. Yeah, I kept rocketing into the air from accidentally casting Ion Surge whenever I wanted to interact with something. I enjoyed playing this character though. Right hand was for Fireballs and Ion Surge, left hand was for Ice Spear and Ice Wall. I made it through a few stages before deciding to take a blue portal. I mainly wanted to see what the bazaar looked like in VR. Then I took a detour and went down into the void. Classic blunder, I know. But this area was sweet too. I mean, seeing anything in VR for the first time is usually pretty sweet. I had some good moments down there, but ultimately got blasted by something. I don't know what, I didn't look, I just died. That's the way this game usually goes, VR or not. My third run, I played Mercenary. I was curious to see how they handled a melee character for this. I gotta say, Mercenary is fucking rough in VR. On PC, it's so easy to keep an eye on and manage your cooldowns and know when you're able to do certain abilities and just sort of generally manage your rotation. Not in VR. You've got to look at your wrist to see your abilities, and I can't just stop fighting in a crowd of enemies to effectively be checking the time. This character is definitely too fast-paced for VR if you ask me. Swinging the sword gets registered as a swing, so that's cool. Well, that's Risk of Rain 2 in VR. Maybe I'll try to beat it in VR sometime. I'll make a video of it if I do. I'll leave a link to the mod page in the description below. What do you guys think of this? Leave a comment below what your favorite character is and why. Hit the subscribe button to stay bricked. Stay bricked.